Hey church family, welcome back to another Heart to Home devotional. I'm Drake, and today I'll be going through Psalms 37 verses 23 through 24. It says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his ways. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." And so in the start of verse 23, it says the steps of a good man. And so when it talks about a good man, it's talking about a godly man. The humans, we are man, and it says that they are ordered by the Lord. And so we're called to fully surrender our lives to God, that he may be able to work in us. And so this surrender is giving up the things that, the things of the world that hold us captive. That we are supposed to give those up to him and fully surrender ourselves to Christ, that we may be all his servant. We may be a bondservant of his, and that way he can direct our steps. And so a lot of times we don't know where we're going in life, and the future is not clear at all. Matter of fact, we can't see into the future. One of the most desired things is to see into the future, but we can't see into the future. But God promises us that if we are in his will and we follow him and devote our lives to him, he'll show us, not necessarily show us, but he'll direct our steps in the future. So say in a new season, whether it's a new job or a new relationship or a kid's on the way or getting a house or a car or whatever it may be, everything's uncertain. But the one thing is certain is that God has us, and that God will direct our steps. And all we have to do is just ask him for that wisdom, and ask him to direct our steps. And so in the latter half of verse 23, it says, "And he delights in his ways." And so the he that he uses is the capital H he, which is referring to God. And it says delights in his ways, and his that he uses is lowercase h, which is us. And so if we are in God's will and we're fully surrendering ourselves over to him, and we're asking God for wisdom and patience and direction, then the Lord is pleased with us. But when we start to take things into our own hands, when we start to make our own paths and kind of go against the grain of what God has for us, then God's, he's just to put us back on the right track. But God truly knows our heart, and he truly is delighted with us if we are devoting ourselves to him and making sure our ways are his ways. And then in verse 24 it says, "Though he fall, he shall not utterly be cast down." And so in the start of verse 24 it says, "Though he fall." It's not if he fall, it's though he fall. We are going to fall. It's going to happen one way or another. It's just the sinful nature that's in us, and we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. But then it says, "He shall not be utterly cast down." So in the cast down that it's talking about is the throwing down into hell, into the pits of hell, and saying that we are not going to be cast down into there, because we have a God on our side who does not keep a record of wrongs. He is for us. He does not see us fall and then go, "Oh, that's it. I'm not loving you anymore because you fell." We're fallen, but Jesus died for all of our sins, and he doesn't keep any record of wrong. And so we are not going to be cast down into this eternal pit of fire, because God's a forgiving God and a merciful God. And then going on, it says, "For the Lord upholds him with his hand." And so going back, the him that it uses is the lowercase him, and then with his hand, capital H, his. And so it's almost like a parent holding a child's hand, and the child falls down, scrapes a knee or whatever. But we're still holding on to, God's still holding on to our hands even though we fall down and scrape our knee. But then once we start to pull our hand away from God, and try to push ourselves back up, that's where we get in trouble. We need to see that, oh, I fell again, but God's still holding on to my hand, so I need to let him pull me back up and fully surrender those problems over to him. So I hope this was an encouragement to you guys today. I know it was to me when I read it. But anyways, I thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.